Skill for Employment 1, Unit 3, 8 subtopics, writing circulars and writing the scientific paper. Introduction. A circular can be defined as a letter sent to a large number of people simultaneously or an advertisement intended for wide distribution. A well-written scientific paper explains one's objective in doing an experiment, the experimental design and execution, and the full meaning of the results. The style of writing should be clear and concise. The audience should be informed of the approach used in investigation, the experiment. The following points of information should guide you to write a scientific paper. Format. A scientific report usually consists of the following. There are 7 subtopics under the main title format. They are as follows. First one, title. Second one, abstract. Third one, introductions. Fourth one, materials and methods. Fifth one, results. Sixth one, discussion. And the seventh one, literature cited. Major points. We should understand the differences between sections and to put information in the appropriate location. Generally, each section of the report should contain scientific types of information in it. Title. The title should be very brief and should reflect the factual content of the paper. A good title is straightforward and uses keywords that researchers in a particular field will recognize. Abstract. The purpose of an abstract is to all the reader to judge whether it would serve his or her purposes to read the entire report. A good abstract is a concise summary of the purpose of the report, the data presented and the author's major conclusions. Introduction. The introduction defines the subject of the report. A good introduction will answer several questions including the following. Why was this study performed? What knowledge already exists about this subject? What is the specific purpose of this study? Materials and methods. As the name implies, the materials and methods used in the experiments should be reported in this section. The difficulty in writing this section is to provide enough detail for the reader to understand the experiment without overwhelming him or her. However, it is necessary to describe special pieces of equipment and the general theory used. This can usually be done in short paragraph, possibly along with the drawing of the experimental apparatus. Generally, this section attempts to answer the following question. What materials were used? How were they used? Where and when was the work done? Results. The results section should summarize the data from the experiments without discussing their implications. The data should be organized into tables, figures, graphs, photographs, and so on. But data included in a table should not be duplicated in a figure or graph. Figures and tables should be numbered separately and should be referred to in the text by number. Discussion. This section should not just be a restatement of the result but should emphasize interpretation of the data, relating them to existing theory and knowledge. In writing this section, you should explain the logic that allows you to accept your original hypothesis. You should be able to suggest future experiments that might clarify areas of doubt in your results. Literature cited. It is not the same as a bibliography, which simply lists reference regardless of whether they were cited in the paper. The listing should be alphabetized by the last names of the authors. Different journals require different formats for citing literature. Style considerations. First one, clarity. Write briefly and to the point. Say what you mean clearly and avoid embellishment with unnecessary words and phrases. Second, use of past tense. Research papers reflect work that has been completed. Therefore, use the past tense throughout your paper when referring to the actual work that you did. Third one, use of first person. Limit your use of first person construction. Use first person in the methods sparingly if at all and avoid its use in the result. Use of active verbs. Use of active verbs whenever possible. Writing that overly uses of passive verbs like is, was, has, have, and had is dull to read and almost always results in more word than necessary to say the same thing. Look at the following examples of active and passive voice. Active voice. The subjects consume the medicine regularly. Passive. The medicine was consumed by the subjects regularly. Are you able to find the difference between both active and passive voice? Cultivate the habit of reading. In order to write a good scientific paper, extensive reading habits will be of great use as they will improve your understanding of the subject and generate new ideas. They can serve as useful models of your own writing. My dear students, finally we came to the end of the session of our unit, Skill for Employment 1. Hope you understood the classes. Thank you.